us, we do real well here.
Oh my gosh. For everybody that was waiting, legit, I could not figure out how to go back to live. So I set up the thing where it's like you can schedule the live, like, the time and and all that. And I accidentally hit the done button instead of go live button, and then it took me 2 minutes to go back and figure it out. I'm so stupid. But anywho,
This is why there's stripper stereotypes here.
listen, I, right now, right now I'm falling into that category.
I'm like, I don't know. Can you just do another one?
I know, oh my god, where's? I almost called Tony to be like,
I was
what did
waiting for you to do it. I was waiting for. We're trying new
Okay.
avenues that are older.
Listen,
ages here.
okay, so as you can see, we got a whole new little setup, I guess you can call it. Yes.
I'm not gonna sing, girl.
I was trying to remember the rest of it because I was going to sing it, but I don't remember.
Mhm.
Okay. So, anywho, welcome to the Pole Truth. We have our new co-host. I hate saying like new, like there was somebody before you. Like,
It's new to you though. Like I'm an addition to.
I guess.
It's a new.
Well, let's welcome my second
Let
arm.
me be new for once in my life. It's been a while. Yes, I am new. Hi.
Okay.
Let me have
So-
my moment.
Well, we're gonna welcome our new co-host Orion
Hi
to the
guys.
show. I ever since I started this, I was like, I need a co-host. I need a co-host, and everybody's like, why do you need a co-host? Like, you're good at this. You can manage this. Like, you're good. And I'm like, it's not that. It's just the point that I want somebody, like, if I'm lagging on something, I wanted to have somebody to be able to jump in, or if I can't do the show, I want to be able to have somebody that can fill in my shoes or anything.
It is different, like perspectives and experiences. And
Yeah.
I think it adds to it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm
I
excited.
yeah, I definitely was like, I need someone.
Thank you for
And
having
I-
me and choosing moi.
Yes, thank you for saying yes. Because like seriously, I was like, I need somebody, and I asked a couple people, and some of them were like, I'm too busy. Somebody else lived too far away, and I get it. I wasn't upset about it. But it is what it is. But I'm so happy that you chose. And it was crazy because when I was sitting here doing your interview, the whole time in the back of my head, I was like, oh my God, Orion is perfect. Like, this is perfect.
I had no clue when you said at the end of the show, like,
Yeah.
no clue.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Well,
So
'cause
I'm
I mean,
super excited.
The only people that I had talked to it about and talked about it to was just like a couple people like that are really close to me.
Sure.
So like nobody really knew I was looking for anybody except for the people that I asked, and B that I was like, what's your opinion on this type of deal? So it I think it worked out because hey EW, um I think this is a good fit.
It's a good balance
Yes.
of.
And I'm not trying to discredit anybody else that I asked or that I had in mind, but
I'm just fabulous.
but I honestly feel like anybody that knows me knows I believe everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely.
So I genuinely think that this all happened for a reason, and yeah, we're gonna leave it at that, and we're gonna move on. So we posted a couple things on social media the past couple days. I actually was at work when me and her had this conversation, and I did my little skit thing in the bathroom. But I was like, hey, well, so there's a couple people that we want to interview, but they live far away, so we would have to do the whole like Zoom chat type thing.
And we're doing real well with technology. So.
Yeah, as you can see. Yeah, I mean, don't judge us, judge your mom. But I was like, you know what? Since we're in the process of doing that, I said, how about we do something different? And we just take a break from interviewing people and genuinely do a open discussion on things that people have questions about that a they think they know but they have no idea. B
I think that's just it right there.
yeah, yeah, right? Yeah,
But
yeah.
they always think they know.
And listen,
Mm.
especially when it comes to the strip club, like
Mm.
everybody thinks they know everything. Like they go once and they're like,
Expert.
yeah, but then you want to judge us, like that's the thing.
God bless. I love this industry.
Yes, but oh no, I know. Yeah, that's what I did. Tony turned. Listen, EW. You know, Tony's like my go-to. He already turned me on. I only said Zoom because like that's what I thought of like chat wise, like video to video chat wise. But yeah, I am on
We're not
StreamYard.
good at this.
Yeah, listen, cut me a break, dude. Yeah, but thank you. Yes, I am on StreamYard, and we will be getting that. So it's basically like if you were at home and you wanted it and you couldn't make it, I could put you on the video with me. So you would be at home on your video on the screen, video to video. Like it would be like we're FaceTiming type
We're
shit.
doing real good.
Listen, I'm learning as we go. You
We
know?
all are.
Okay.
Work in progress.
So, we left the chat open for people to ask questions about what they wanted to know. Everything. Just we just left it open for any questions that you had about the strip club life. I got a few hits as far as people wanted to know the difference between a sugar daddy and a customer. Um, what was the other one?
Why don't you start there?
That's where you want to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
So,
we'll keep them wanting more.
okay. So, um, the difference between a sugar daddy and a customer. Let's hear your opinion first. Because listen, everybody has their different opinions.
Right.
Even though we're both dancers, your thought process of that can be totally different than my thought process of that.
Sure.
So let's hear, since you're the newbie here.
I'm the newbie. So, I mean, it's going to be different for everybody, I think, right? Because
Yeah.
it's, some people have the version of sugar daddy equals sex and whatever else. And it's whatever arrangement makes sense to that person. You know what I mean? That's comfortable for both,
Yeah.
with whatever it is that they decide on. You know what I mean? For me, I guess the closest thing that I ever had to a sugar daddy, and I wouldn't even call it that, was just like, in your view, would be a customer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was those people that I'm coming tonight, be there. And I knew that was getting my money.
So let me ask you this. What's your definition of a sugar daddy? What do you think a sugar daddy is?
Exactly that. You know what I mean? Just whatever two people decide on
Now-
that works for them.
But do you think you have to sleep with a
No,
sugar daddy?
no. Mm-mm,
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, good answer. So
It could be, we go out on a date every week.
yeah,
We go for coffee.
Yeah.
It's what I mean. It could be.
Yeah.
That it could be sex with somebody.
yeah,
But again, it doesn't have to be. It's whatever those two people, their arrangement that is comfortable for both and meets both their needs in whatever way that looks and agreed upon.
Right. So do you think that a customer is somebody that comes just into the club and you might go hang out with outside of the club?
I never hung out with anybody at the club. So
Well, no, I mean that's your difference between a sugar daddy and a customer.
not necessarily. You know what I mean? Like it could be just that is the guy that comes in and spends a shit ton of money on me, and that's my sugar daddy. I
Right.
call him, he comes in, and that's it. It is
Right.
what it is. I know for you, your customer. You know what I mean? You call, they're in, they're there.
Yeah.
Like that person comes in to see me and me only.
Yeah,
That's my customer.
yeah,
So it can get blurred, I think, a little bit.
yeah, most definitely.
Just on, and again, it's whatever. What's your version? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so my thing, I think a customer, the difference between a sugar daddy and a customer is somebody that just comes into the club. Like you said, I'm having a bad night, slow night, or I really don't want to be up to the whole getting on stage all the time and talking to people. So I line up my customers to come in and see me. Sugar daddies, on the other hand, are guys that, and don't get me wrong, you can go out with your customers like to eat and hang out with, but
Mhm.
you still charge your customers. It doesn't matter. If like I've always told people,
Absolutely.
especially my customers, if and this is back in the day, my views might have changed now, but back then I was always like, you need to. I don't care if we're going out to eat. I don't care if you want to go for a walk in the park. You're going to pay me because you're taking away from my time with my kids. A and B, I could be at work.
Mhm.
So you need to reimburse me
Time
for
is money,
that.
money is
Yeah,
time.
for that. For me,
If you have money,
yeah.
I might have
If
time.
I'm not going to work and taking a walk with you in the park, you need to,
Right.
you know, we need to figure this out.
Yeah.
But sugar daddies, no, I am a firm believer that you don't have to sleep with your sugar daddies, and that's the thing that people think, like, oh, it's a sugar daddy, it's an old ass man, and you have to sleep
No.
with him. No, a sugar daddy is a guy that spoils you. That if you're walking through the mall and you're like, it doesn't matter if you have money or not, you just see something like, oh my god, that's so cute. Um, Dang, but I have to wait until next week, and you tell him about it, and he surprises you with it. A sugar daddy is somebody that spoils you, not somebody that, oh, my rent's due, and I have to, excuse my language, screw him to get my rent. No.
Mhm.
Listen, I always tell everybody that talk game
Mm.
is the most important thing that you have when it comes to the strip
Mhm.
club industry. You can, I know some bitches that can sell water to a well, honey. Like, believe it or not, like, it can make it happen.
Yeah.
But sugar daddies will buy you a car, will take you on trips. They just will spoil you. A customer is somebody you call when you're having a bad night, a slow night, or you just don't feel like doing all the bullshit that comes along with working that, you know, that night at the club.
Mhm.
You don't feel like sitting around talking to 1,001 guys. You know,
You don't want to skip the game.
yeah, you don't feel like getting on stage every damn set, and if you do, like, I want it to rain every time I get on stage. Like, that's your customer. But that's
Mhm.
my version of it. But I'm glad we agree that you don't have to
Yeah.
sleep with sugar daddies, because I think that is like the biggest um what's the word I'm looking for?
Stereotype,
Yeah.
stigma.
Yeah, that it's like, oh, she's a sugar daddy, she's gonna sleep with a sugar daddy. Like, no, we
No.
don't. Like, that's not. Hey, Jake, Jakey, Bakey. Jake says hello.
Hi.
We were wondering what happened to you, Jakey. We were worried about you for a minute, sir. Okay, you need to touch. You need to check in. um, yeah. So, but if anybody has any questions about the whole sugar daddy customer thing, feel free to ask in the chat. I'm
Absolutely.
trying to keep my eye on both of them, but as you can see, we have a whole nother setup, and we're hoping this doesn't happen again. But the microphone fell a little while ago.
It's a good night, guys. Smooth.
That's why I don't
Very
have my.
smooth.
That's why I don't have my phone sitting up there because I'm scared it might fall again.
Do you see how carefully I put my
Yes.
elbow down? I'm like, don't.
You can tell two strippers are setting shit
Well, you know, at least we're interesting.
Listen,
It's a comedy show. It's a question and answer show. It's, you know,
yeah,
you never know what to expect
we're
show.
all wrapped up in one.
We don't know what to expect either.
Yeah.
You know?
So bear with us. So yeah, and you know what? I love having that conversation with people when it comes to sugar daddies, because as soon as I like, if I really broke it down to them, they would be like, huh, oh shit,
Yeah.
like, really?
And that's why I was saying, like, whatever's agreed upon,
Yeah.
the two party, you know, like,
Yeah.
they're
And-
both benefiting in some way, and it's comfortable, and it's decided upon by both parties.
And now that you say it that way, I get what you were saying, because at first I kind of was like, huh? But no, that's another thing.
Mhm.
Absolutely 100% right. When it comes to the sugar daddy life, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. You don't have to be a dancer to get a sugar daddy. Let's
Ooh.
let's
There is
explain that as well.
Look, sugardaddies.com is a real thing, people.
And listen, there's
It's a real thing.
websites, like, for real.
Mhm.
But no, when it comes to that, yes, you have to sit down, and even with a customer too, though,
Mhm.
you have to set not boundaries per se, but you have to know what it is. Like,
Mhm.
I had a customer a few weeks ago, and he was like, you know, I want to spoil you. You know, I'm like, well, well,
What does that mean?
yeah,
You know?
and that's what I said. I was
Yeah.
like, what do you mean? Like, I was like, are you looking for a sugar baby? And like, or like, what are you looking for? Because like, you need to, you really
Mhm.
need to sit, and this goes into relationships too.
Absolutely.
Like, set what you want up front. Like, don't,
Mhm.
and listen, this is the one thing about a dancer y'all gotta understand is that if you keep it real with us, we'll keep it real with you,
100%.
no matter what. So if you come to me and you're into me, but then you're like, oh well, I'm married, but I would really love to spoil you, take care of you. You have to leave that door open for me to decide what I want
It's
to
not
do.
one-sided.
Yeah. You can't just don't lie to me and be like, oh no, I'm not married and this is that and the third, and then I find out later because I'm gonna disrespect you horribly bad.
Or wifey's coming in the club yelling
Yeah.
for somebody.
I would never intentionally go find wifey or tell wifey
Mm.
that's not my style. I know girls that do that dumb shit, but that's dumb
Well,
as
that's because
that's
they got
dumb as
cut
shit.
off.
Yeah. But like I would never that's not in me. But
Mhm.
just keep it 100 and leave that door open for us to make that choice whether or not we want to stick around
Mhm.
to make that to let it go on.
Right.
You know? And then speaking of that, um uh have you ever had like have had a girl like come in like not even you dealing with a customer, but like have you ever had a girl come in and like try to snap out?
Yes.
Really?
So I felt bad for her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a sucky situation that he caused. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I could just see like the pain in her face, and that's what sucks. And it's like,
But listen,
not
do
me.
you not like as a woman? Do you honestly not know that your man's going to the strip club? I was listen. I
I
was in the
encourage it.
yeah. I was in the middle of a couch dance and had a wife like
Mm.
come. That's why a lot of clubs will not let a woman in if she
Without
doesn't have a male escort.
Mhm.
And I agree with that to a certain degree, but I definitely agree with that. I literally was doing a couch dance. Never met this guy prior to this, no nothing.
Mm.
Doing a couch dance. We were in our third one. Here she, and like she had the audacity to like grab me by my hair. Good
Oh,
thing I
yeah.
don't wear no wigs or no weaves. Well, I mean I do now, but back then I didn't. But like I would have smacked the shit out of that bitch. But like she honestly grabbed me by my hair. It was like, this is my husband. I said, and take him home with you when I'm done with him. Let me
Right.
finish getting my money first.
Right. And that's the thing that makes me mad, right? Like, you want to blame the girl in the club.
Ugh.
I didn't go get your dude and bring him to me. He came to me.
Yeah.
Like maybe not me personally, but like
Yeah.
he came there. I didn't go like knock on doors and be like,
Yeah.
hey, come to the club.
And
Hey,
listen,
spend
shorty,
money.
like we don't want
Not
your
me,
dude. We
no.
want his pockets.
Yes.
We
Trust and
don't
believe
want
I do
him.
not want your dude.
Yeah, we want his pockets. And listen, most dancers got husbands or men at home. Like y'all act like we're not supposed. And this is another thing that kills me. Y'all act like we're not supposed to have a whole relationship. Like it's okay for you to be married and have a wife and a mistress and a girlfriend, but it's not okay for me to have none of that. I had a customer where he was like, "Oh, I'm married." He was like, "But," and then found out I had a whole relationship. He was like, "I'm not okay with that." What? I'm not supporting somebody else's household. What? Girl, it threw me like almost fell on my chair when we had this whole conversation. I was just like,
I
bro,
can't.
like,
I
huh?
can't. Like I don't know where we're so like there's such a stigma.
Yeah,
It's okay for a guy in theory, not everybody, right,
right.
to do anything they want, and we're the bad guy.
Yeah, yeah,
It makes no sense.
yeah. And
It makes no sense.
we're
It's the
always
craziest
labeled the
thing.
hoe, the
Yep.
whore, the
Mhm.
all of the above. So another question. I'm trying to remember what it was that we had
There
got.
was the money.
Oh, so this guy, he sent me a message, and he was like, he started off, he was so funny. He's like, I know you know me. He was like, but please don't say my name on there. And I'm like, no, we don't say names unless they're okay with
Unless
it.
you want us to.
No, but he was like, what's the proper etiquette of tipping? He was like, because when I crumple up money and throw it, they get so mad. And I'm like, Yeah, because you don't understand what we have to go through.
Do you want
You had it in your
to
pocket.
unravel
Had it in
all,
your pocket.
all, absolutely. Okay, look. Give me one of those. Absolutely.
Oh, Ryan had it in your pocket.
Do you know
Listen,
how long? Okay,
That just took me all the way out.
how long it takes to uncrackle each one. So for whoever asked that question, I know I joke. Thank you for asking that question because I wish more people would.
Yo, I didn't even know you. When did you do that? Because I didn't even see you do.
I'm stealthy like that. Yeah. Do you? So like, this is the way I look at it, right? So
This is why I wanted to co-host for shit like this.
I crept.
Right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So this is the way I look at it, right? One, if in theory, all of you work at jobs. If your employer came out and had all your paycheck wadded up in ones and just put it on the counter, would you be happy? You know what I mean? Because that's essentially what it is. Because we are independent contractors, so every person that we, get dances from, we, get tipped by, whatever. Like, in a way, you're my employer.
Yeah.
You know, it's excessive. It's so much time to do.
Yeah.
And one, I am wonderful. Why the hell are you crinkling shit up for me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's a little bit disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like,
my thing is, so, and this goes two ways with me. So, I don't have a problem with it if, like, you're sitting far from the stage.
Sure.
But, excuse me.
You better not be throwing it at me.
Well, no. My other issue is that, and that's why I said it goes two ways with me, because then my thought process is, are you that lazy to where you can't get up and do that?
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of clubs where it's called Tippers Row.
Yes.
So there's your stage is inside, and then on the outside is where people sit, and there's normally a gap on each side.
Right.
So if I'm sitting here and this is the stage, then yeah, sometimes you do have to throw it. But at the same time, it's like you can lean up and toss it onto the stage.
And my ass is going to you when I get down.
Yeah. So it's like, listen, proper etiquette is
one, if you're sitting at Tippers Row, tip.
And do not sit on Tippers Row if you're not good at tip. Do not do it. You will get cussed out. You might get a shoe and somewhere on you. Something.
It doesn't have to be a lot. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be everything, but like, we're up there bearing ourselves,
right?
Regardless if it's your type or not.
Yeah.
If you're sitting there, like, give the girl.
Yeah. And if it's not your type, respect. Listen. And if it's not your type, it's not an issue for you to get up and go sit back down somewhere else. The dancer isn't going to take offense to it. It's not. They're not going to be upset about it. They're not going to be like, oh my God, he got up and left when I was getting on stage. Girl,
if anything, thank you, because it's an opportunity for somebody to come and give me money.
Right.
That is my type.
Right.
And guess what? I'm going to see that from the stage, and I'm going to know who to go to.
Exactly. And that was another thing that was like, I used to hate. It was like girls used to get mad, like, you per se.
Right.
You're just not his type.
Right.
He still might find you attractive. He just might not be your type.
People take things so personally, and it's like it's not,
Yeah.
And if anything, I look at it like you're weeding out my work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you get up, well, I'm not going to go to you.
Yeah.
So I know not to go to you. That's time saved on my end that I'm not wasting in finding that person who does.
Right.
And if a person comes up, guess who I'm going to? That person who came up, because guaranteed I'm going to get something from them.
Yeah. But the proper ways to tip is, if a girl comes over to you, she's going to pull out the side of her thong and you stick it in there.
On this side.
Yeah. or on the other side.
Or on
If
the other
she's got her ass to you, she might
on the
she
side.
might allow you to do it, or she will do it, but that does not mean to
There you
take
go,
the
for the
whole damn
asshole.
thong, yes, and pull it out and then try to stick money in there. Like, no. And then if she's facing you, a lot of girls pull out the front of their thong. That does not mean to stick your whole
That you get
hand
to try and figure my
down in her
vagina.
crotch. Yes, just stick the dollar in, $5, whatever,
moving.
and keep it pushing. Like, do not be aggressive. Do not be
Mm.
overly. And listen, I'm not gonna like pinpoint or do all that, but everybody knows who those type of people are that do that.
Mhm.
All my dancers know. Let's say that we know
Absolutely.
who we're talking about that does that overly aggressive bullshit. But no, like don't do it. Like don't like I will smack the shit out of you.
Amen.
Like if she allows you to do it, that's totally different. If she invites you in to do it,
Then
that's
look,
totally
that's a totally
different.
different thing.
But if she does not invite you in to do it, then
If you are
don't
inviting
do it.
yourself,
Yeah. Yeah.
no,
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do
don't.
it.
The other question is, do you like a finger in your asshole? And if the answer is no, I don't either.
Listen, I used to tell, so, I started dancing when I was 17, and I have an older brother, but me and my brother aren't even a year apart. So mine's the 8th, his is the 20th. So when I turn 22, we're the same, we're 22 together and for 2 weeks, and then he'll turn his 24. And I used to tell him, he used to tell me, oh, I'm going to the club, and I'm like, listen, don't do any, like, don't touch a bitch, don't lick on a bitch, don't do anything. I said, because think about it like this: if she allowed you to do it, if she just met you, think about how many other people before you she allowed to do
You're
it.
not the first.
Take a second, think about that, man.
You're not the first.
Take a second and think about that.
Not
All my gentlemen in the chat,
first.
take a second and think about that.
You're probably
If
not
she
even
let
the
you
first
do
that
it,
day.
you said it.
Yeah, you're not going to be the first that day.
You said it.
Yeah.
If she allows you to do it that quick, think about how many other people before you she allowed to do it. I tell everybody, you go and mess around and pull back a herpy finger or a herpy lip or a herpy anything. But seriously, think about that.
Absolutely.
Like, honestly, that's how I used to tell them. Like, I have 2 boys. One's 21. One just turned 19 today. Happy birthday, Noah. But I tell them when they, if you ever go to the strip club, like, I gave them the rules, like, and the thought, like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't go play my kids.
Oh, no.
Like, I gave them game. Like, no.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
And then a lot of things, I don't know if, should we even tell the secrets of, like, the men? Like, like, okay, so I don't know if any men know this. Y'all can let me know in the chat. But, like, okay, no, let's do it this way. Let me know how you carry your money in the club.
Oh.
Guys. Let me know how you carry your money in the club.
I can already tell you.
Yeah, we'll leave that. We'll say that now, and then we'll come back to it. Let me know how you carry your money in the club, and then we'll come back to it. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. So what was another question we had? We didn't have too many questions, to be honest. I think we had like 3 or 4. It was the difference between sugar daddy and customer. We had what's the proper way to tip. Yep. There was another
and
one.
Thank you for that question, genuinely, because it's a good question, and that's like what this is for. You know, like to tell people what they don't know, and maybe make it better for the next girl.
Yeah.
And cut some of the bullshit that maybe we had to go.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you. Oh. Do you get horny?
Oh my God.
So let me tell you how horny I fucking get. Not at all. Or the other way to respond, how big is your wallet?
Yeah.
But no, do you get horny at your job?
I mean, we can't ask men that because most of them.
But yeah, so like if you're doing, but that's the thing, like it's a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's our daily.
Yeah.
Just like if you're in sales or you're an accountant, are you getting horny as an accountant?
Yeah. Or we get, are you attracted to me? Do you find me attractive? Like, we're attracted to
You
your
have
wallet.
sex a lot, don't you?
Oh my god.
No, I don't.
Oh
No.
my god.
Mm-mm. You have pillow fights and threesomes all the time. It's just a big orgy every night after work. Look, I'm going to bed.
Listen,
You know,
and that's another thing. And listen, so many guys think that like when we leave work, we go to like a whole nother club or like, well, don't get me wrong, we have after hour spots, but like, no, they think like we go out and like have sex and like, you know, do all this extra shit.
I need sleep too.
Yeah, no. We either go to the casino or we go get something to eat and we're going home.
Yeah.
Like,
because you know what I really want to do? Shower.
yes.
I want to shower.
Yes.
Really, really, really bad.
Yes. And all you nasty dancers that go home
Ugh.
and get straight in the bed, you guys are some dirty bitches.
Like I want to.
Somebody had to say it.
I want to take this off. I want to.
Yeah.
Like, I feel gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
it's just so no, I don't.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're asking me that, then I do a really good job making you think I do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, you know, like there are times where you're like, damn, that guy's really hot or whatever.
Oh yeah.
You know, but like as a whole, me doing my everyday like lap dance routine, no, I'm not getting horny doing a lap dance.
Yeah.
You know, like
No.
it is the same.
And now, don't get me wrong. I mean, you probably haven't because I know the type of girl that you are. But like, I've done like a couch dance for a guy where I've honestly been like, ooh, like, ooh.
And I'm not, yeah, and I'm not saying like I haven't had a moment where I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
But is it often?
No. And no,
I
it's
can,
definitely few and far between.
I can count on my hand. In the 13 years I was in the clubs, like how many people I was like, damn,
Yeah.
damn. And
Yeah.
it's not many. So not impossible, but not probable.
I kicked that game, and typically I gotta meet up with the lady elsewhere because I'm not typically balling that night. Listen, Jakey, don't get it twisted. There are girls, and listen, oh my God, thank you, Jakey, for getting me on this subject. So, y'all know I'm an OG in the game, and the club that I'm at now, I don't get whispers, secrets, don't get it twisted, love it. But there's so many new girls. Like, I tell you guys, I go in whenever A, I feel like it, and B, if she needs me.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear, every time I come in, there's a new girl. And they're getting younger and younger and younger. And don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But my issue is this. A, don't just dance because you want to be able to be in the mix of your friends and be like, I'm the dancer. I dance. Like, it's
Okay,
not something to
that's why
brag
I'm gonna
about.
point your toes first, and then you can say that.
And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with dancing. I've done it my whole life. But don't do it to brag about it.
Right.
Because it's not something to brag about, baby girl. Like, being a dancer isn't some high and mighty type thing to brag about. Like, it's not. B, you know how many these girls pass out their phone numbers like they're eating Skittles. Oh my God, this guy did a VIP with me. I need to give him my number because he said he's going to do this outside the club. Listen, you know how much it takes for me to give somebody my phone number?
Amen.
Girl, first of all, it don't, that one night.
And
don't,
you already
like,
know if I'm giving you your number, I get a hold of you. And it's very, like, you're not calling me. Do not blow up my phone. Do not.
First of all, if you're an OG, you already know. Back then, we used to have two phones. We had our private phone for our family and friends, and we had our phone for our customers. Now technology is different. We can have one phone and have the text me app and all that shit on our phone. But like these girls, and then they don't understand. And I'm gonna keep it 100 because, and second of all, can't none of these
I feel
girls
like I
beat
just
me.
read your mind. I'm just laughing
But
ahead of time.
soon as they give up the cooler cat, as soon as they give up that blowjob, that customer is no longer coming back into the club, girlfriend. You will not see him
making any
again.
more money after they get a guy off? Who would have ever thought that?
They will not come back in the
Mm.
club. Mm-mm. You will not see him again. And that's why most girls they be in the dressing room like, girl, he ain't been in here in weeks, girl, because you already gave him up. You already gave up the cat.
Like that's when I say like when I stepped away, it was getting harder, right? Like that's
Yeah.
what it was. Because here's the thing: why would I ever get a guy off in the club? It's done. I'm not making any more money off that person.
Yeah.
I am going to.
As soon as they nut, it's a wrap.
I am going to stretch that out as much as I can. I used to have guys like, "What turns do you want?" Like, you want to know what turns do you want?
Right.
You really want to get me off? They're like, yeah. There's always a champagne room, guys.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm like, and then I'd sit here in my thing like, oh, daddy, deeper, harder. And look, my ass needed a foot rub because I'm wearing 7.5-inch heels. Like my feet hurt. So yes, please, harder.
Yes.
I'm not even touching you. I'm not sitting on you. I'm not nothing. And then be smart. Watch your clock.
Yes.
You know when your time's about to be up
Yep.
and when the bouncer's going to come and interrupt. And then
Yep.
guess what I'm doing right before that happens? My boobs are now back in your face.
Mm-hmm.
And I start dancing again. Why? Because when that person comes, the bouncer comes to check, not actually comes. You know, like you're now escalated again.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want this to end now.
Yep.
You're going to most likely get more time.
Yeah.
And then what am I gonna do after I get paid? Oh, my feet.
Yeah,
daddy.
Like these, it kills me because, and don't get me wrong, I'm not throwing shade at the new girls, but you're not taking the time to figure out the game and the hustle.
Mm-mm. You come in thinking you know it.
Yeah,
and you get, and honestly, like that's scary. You get fucked. You're putting yourself in a position of like a lot. You know, and if you just like sit back and watch, ask questions.
That's what I did. Oh, honestly,
Look.
like even me dancing, like I literally sat back and watched every girl dance, and I took my favorite thing that they did.
You started learning,
and I made it into my own.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's what I did.
Same.
And then Crystal, she was my second interview. She's the one that got me up off my ass. I shadowed her.
Mm-hmm.
She taught me the game. Yep. And I tell her, she created a fucking monster.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that just like she did. Anybody that has worked with me, anybody that knows me in that industry, because when I walk, like I say, when I walk out of them doors, I'm a totally different person.
Absolutely.
But when you see me in that atmosphere, I'm a fucking beast.
Mm-hmm.
And I have so many girls that's like, I want to be like you when I get older. I'm like, you can never be me.
You can't.
And that's not me throwing shade, and that's not me being cocky. But like, you're not willing. I see you. You're not willing to understand the game and understand the hustle and actually do it for the right reasons or to get where you want to go.
Yeah.
You're just doing this to say, I'm doing this.
Right.
That's it. That's what the game has become now. It's just to be able to say you're in a group with your friends to be like, man, I was in the dressing room one night and there's this new little girl and she's on the phone. First of all, you're on video chat. Bitch, don't be having me half naked on your video fucking chat. Nope. A, and I cussed her ass out because of that. B, you're on the phone like, yeah, girl, I'm in here and it's this customer. I'm like, girl, shut up. First of all, shut the fuck up. She's like, I can't wait I'm gonna come in here with that money gun and make it rain on you. The way you talking, but you don't even sound like you got $5 to rub together. Stop it. Stop it.
Take the time. You know what I mean? Like, put in the time.
Yeah, it's annoying.
The thing about it is, like, there is so much more than getting up on a stage and just taking your clothes off. You know, there is an art to it. There is a lot that goes into it that people just don't know. You know, like I said, Sports Center,
Yeah.
you know, like there is research behind certain things. How am I going to connect? What do I
Yeah.
need to know? You know, because look, I am a girl.
Yeah.
So I need to also think like a man.
Well, okay, so let's ask that. Do you guys honestly think that dancing is an art? Do you think it's a performance? Do you think it's a show? Or do you honestly think it's just a bunch of bitches getting on stage taking their clothes off? Or honestly, like we're not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna take it personal. Like that's not my style.
And honestly,
But
that question now,
yeah,
like in real time,
yeah, I want to know.
I don't even know what it is now. You
No,
know what I mean? Like,
I think it's a shit show.
absolutely.
I don't think it's art anymore.
No, I agree.
I don't
I
think that
agree.
any girl that gets on stage now, let me say this, it's few
Few
and
and
far
far
between that get on stage and actually make it a show or make it in a
Yes.
good experience
Absolutely.
for the customer sitting around.
Yes. Now it's an expectation that if I go up here, you're going to give me money.
Right,
No, like, do something.
right.
And it doesn't even have to be like something like super extravagant with like a million pole tricks or this,
Yeah.
that, or the other. But look like you're putting effort.
Well, because now it's like every girl that gets on stage, you know what's going to happen. They all do the same
No.
thing.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do, girl. It's the same thing.
Oh, I know.
Like
I mean,
I'm telling you, it's like clockwork.
yeah. I mean, I have not stepped foot in a club in probably 9 years, and I guarantee I can do every routine that's on the stage.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's saying something. The art isn't there as much as it was, and every now and again you get that gem that you're just like, damn, that's
Right.
what it that is what it is right there.
That's the one thing that people have always told me in my dance career is that it doesn't matter if one person has been at Tipper's Row or if it's been one person in the club or if it's been 10 million people at the stage or in the club. I have always put on a show.
Mm-hmm.
And I take that like so highly and
100%.
personal. Like for people to tell me that, I have so many people in Dover that's like, she's always been my favorite dancer because she actually puts on a show.
Right.
Like, girl, I used to get outfits together and like,
oh, I remember.
but like, girl,
Yep.
I used to, and that's what I tell people. I love the stage.
I do too. So for me, right? Like same thing, like the stage, I love the stage. And when I say it's an art, and what I'm talking about in my experience, like I knew every break in my music. I knew every like where this was gonna go, where this was gonna go. I used to headbang,
Yeah.
doing pole tricks,
Right.
you know, and I knew exactly when there'd be like a chord that like carried,
Yeah.
and that would be a drop.
Yeah.
You know, like everything was timed out perfectly.
Right. Like there's parts of songs where it's like I'm gonna just for instance, it's like turn around and hit it from the back. You know when that part's about to come on, so you're on the stage, on the floor, doggy style, perfect time. Like,
yeah, yep,
like that's how you think ahead of time.
Absolutely. Like you study your music. Like I said,
Yeah.
I knew my music front to back. I could do it in my sleep. I can still, you know, like I hear a song, I know every move in my head of what it looked like, where this would go and where that would go. And that's the thing, that was the art. You know, there was a very creative piece around it where it was expressive and it was cool to watch.
Yeah.
And now it's just I'm here.
Yeah.
Like a little effort. It doesn't have to be a lot.
Yeah.
At this point, it does not have to be a lot.
No. Oh my God, I used to love going to like, and I'm gonna be honest. Girls do more in city clubs than they do in the hole in the wall clubs, and that's because there's so many more guys
100%.
that gets way more money, that throws way more money than what goes on in the smaller clubs. But I think the issue is that all the new girls get together and they're learning the same thing. You know what I mean?
So it's learning.
But it's like, it's like, say there's four new girls and they're all like, oh my God, come in early tomorrow so we can get on stage and like teach each other stuff. But it's like, all four of you guys know the same four things. So what are you teaching each other?
Right.
So like, and I used to tell people, and I never meant this to come off the wrong way, but I've had so many girls come up to me as like, oh my God, Sunshine, I've heard so many things about you. Can you teach me this? Can you teach me that? And I've always been like, no, because I know that you're not wanting to learn for a good reason.
Right.
You just want to be able to say either A, Sunshine taught me, or B, I'm a dancer. Like, but I had this one girl, not to cut you off, but there's this new girl at the club where I've honestly been like, I'm gonna turn that bitch into a mini me, and she's gonna be a beast.
There's those
Because she genuinely, she
it.
pulled me to the side, not in front of everybody, no nothing, and she was like, I really don't want to bother you. She was like, but I've seen how you work. And she was like, how the fuck do you do it?
Humility, vulnerability.
Yeah, like she honestly, and I was like, but just watching her,
right,
I could tell she has it in her.
Right.
And just talking to her, I can see that it's not just a dance thing. Like she wants to get money to make herself better. She's helping her mom. Her mom's sick. Like I see it in her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want to make her a mini little me to be like a little monster in this fucking business.
That's the thing. It's not that we're opposed to helping people, right? But it's how are you asking?
Yeah.
And the other thing is you're not gonna be me.
Yeah.
Right? So like I'm open to helping you with stuff, but how many steps I take before I do a spin?
Yeah.
Mine might be 1.5 and yours is going to be 2.
Yeah, but then,
so like you got to find your own.
Yeah.
I can help you get there.
Absolutely.
But you're not, it's not going to look the same.
And I told her the same thing that I just said. I took what everybody else did and made it my own. Yep. But this is another thing. All these girls are going to like, the pole classes, the pole studios and all that. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. Go. If whether you want to do it to become an actual dancer, whether you wanted to do it in the privacy of your own home, like I got 2 or 3 poles that I have in my house. I know a couple girlfriends of mine that have it. They set it up just to dance with their husband or their boyfriends every once in a while. By all means, do what you do, baby girl. But at the same time, these people that are running these studios and these pole instructors, y'all have to step y'all game up too. Y'all just can't be stagnant with the same bullshit that you learned in the club, because most of them are old pole old dancers that now are in the doing the pole instruction thing. But you guys have to step your game up too, because the girls that are coming into the club saying, oh yeah, I took classes for like 5 months before I chose to come in here, so I knew kind of what I was doing. But y'all are teaching them the same dumb basic ass shit that they could have already learned in the club when they first walked in the door.
Right. And I love, like, I roll my eyes for a reason, but like as a whole, I love that those exist now. Thank you, Oprah, for that, because she said she introduced like pole dancing that it was acceptable, right? But I love it for women's empowerment. You know what I mean? Like I love seeing a woman heal herself, when they're in class, like that's amazing.
Yeah.
But if you are a dancer going and trying to learn for like that purpose, it's almost like going to bartending school. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying you're not going to learn something, but until you get there and start doing it,
you said it perfectly.
You're not gonna.
You said it perfectly.
Yeah, it's not gonna look the same.
Yeah.
But if you need to go to like, you want to learn how to be confident in yourself or how to move a little bit or whatever. Like I love that for every woman.
And you have to know your own body movement.
100%. Why do you think there's mirrors everywhere, guys?
Yeah.
We're not that vain, but that's how we
stare
know.
in the like everybody's like, why did I have a video of me dancing actually? And you hear a girl in the background go, why is she constantly staring in the mirror? It's like my homegirl was like, because she's watching herself move to see what looks good and what don't, bitch.
Yeah.
Like just tip her and mind your fucking business.
That's how we are able to see how we're arched or we slouch.
Right.
Like how is my body curving with this pole?
Exactly.
So it's it's a tool we use.
Uh-huh.
That's the reason they're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a big difference between me sitting like this
Mm-hmm.
and me sitting like this.
Right.
And it's very evident on the stage,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so you utilize it.
Huge, yeah. So Jakey said, did you or Orion see a noticeable clientele for bondage SNM?
Mhm. They were, yeah, it was a lot of like the
I
type
didn't.
of person, like what type of person it was.
No,
or-
he just said, did you or Orion see a noticeable clientele for bondage and S&M? So I'm guessing he's asking if we had a lot of customers that were into that.
I did, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I definitely did not.
Mm.
Cause you come off like that
Yeah.
type. If I seen you in the club, I would be like, she's like
Absolutely.
a master type.
And
like,
and that's what I had to, embrace. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because that was kind of like it
What
worked,
they labeled you.
Yeah, it's what I was labeled. It fit, and it just
Yeah.
embrace it or not. You know, and it's well, I'm gonna fucking embrace it.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I that was pretty much a lot of my
Yeah.
clientele.
Yeah, I
were the
think we
ones
discussed that in your
were the
interview.
ones that wanted, the not so normal vanilla kind of, dances or experience, So yeah, I was the one that was, like I said last episode, the bouncers never checked on me because if they heard me smacking somebody,
They knew it was you.
you're fine. It's Orion. She's good. She's just beating some guy up again,
Right.
But yeah, I had, guys I would just kick or,
Yeah. See, I had a couple guys that tried to get me, and it wasn't my thing. I just couldn't. I couldn't get into it. It wasn't my thing. So like, I credit you because like you gotta have. Don't get me wrong. Like we have it in us to be like, I want to kick the shit out of that motherfucker.
I just did it every night.
Yeah, but like me, I just couldn't.
I loved it.
I couldn't get into it.
I
It wasn't
loved
my zhish.
Yeah, I loved it, and because it was like very like it
Listen,
was powerful.
I give you
know what I mean?
crazy credit to be able to do that shit because
Yeah.
like
It was
I
fun,
can't.
but yeah, and there was a type too with that, that came with that.
Yeah.
And it worked well.
Yeah.
I mean that wasn't all that I would get, but I got a lot.
Yeah.
Of that type of clientele.
And did you enjoy it?
I loved it. Look, I don't smack people anymore.
But like, what made you like it so much? Honestly,
the power.
Yeah.
I was in control. Like I'm yoking you up, and I tell you to open your mouth, and I just right in your fucking mouth. And you're not gonna do a fucking thing about it, and you're gonna like it.
And they did. That's
and they did.
thing.
And granted, I did not do it with every person I encountered.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know your people,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, like if you're like, I want to get smacked. What does that look like? Because I'm not the one that's gonna be like,
Right.
I'm gonna smack you the fuck up.
Right.
Like if you want pressure, I'm using my heels. So just know that like I need verbal, like yes or no.
Right.
Tell me this is the contract.
Pineapples.
Tell me my limit because I am going to cross it if I can.
Right.
And so I really miss smack.
He said that's awesome. See, I
want me to spit in your mouth too?
I will apologize. Listen, I couldn't.
I would get right in there, like,
Oh my God! I just so
stare them
okay.
down.
So I'm gonna ask you a personal question, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Were you like that in like personal in your private life?
Yes and no. You know what I mean? Like I like to, and when I say be in control, I think it looks different to people, right? Like for me, being in control is knowing that I have control over what you're feeling and whether or not you get off. I like having that control. You know what I mean? That's what I like. I like knowing that you're my play toy and I make you feel what I want you to feel.
Right.
That's my control. And so that aspect of things, yes. Do I like a little kink? Yes. Am I as extreme with it? No.
Okay, so I just got a crazy idea.
Uh-huh.
We need to take
Oh, to the stores?
No, not to the store. Well, yeah, we can do stores,
Or
but
get, like,
no, I was
like,
gonna say
this
we
is what this does, this is what that does.
well, yeah, definitely do that. But I was gonna say we should do a poultry trip to a strip club one night.
I thought about that too.
And well, first of all, I want to see if I can talk to
I know, excited.
my.
I'm
I
hot and
see.
sweaty now.
I see. Y'all done got a Ryan started already.
This might be the first time I've been hot and bothered. This is the closest thing in a strip club, hot and bothered, I think I've ever been.
Well, no. So I said to myself, I want to talk to Crystal and see if I can take them on like a night in the life of me.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
But not only that, me and you take a trip to a club to see how girls act towards female customers.
That's the other thing with these newbies. Actually, just in general, a lot of times, I love the couples.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love they're
I love
easy.
a couple too. Yeah, I love a couple.
It's just the approach. How are you approaching
Yeah.
it? That's all. If you go to the girl first,
You always go to the
cake.
girl first.
but like I don't
But
know.
that's always
Mm.
any dancer that doesn't know that when it comes to a couple, you always address the female first. A,
Always.
it's respectful.
Two, they'll love
B,
you.
yes. B, she will fall in love with you just because you did that
Mhm.
alone.
And then the guy's gonna spend a lot of money because he wants to see her
Exactly.
get the dance, and she's just gonna go.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what she's gonna do. She's gonna be like, oh my god, I wasn't so into this and now I am. Oh my god. Yeah. She's like, can I take your boobs?
I did it.
You got that? Did you see me? Yo, you got her down the brag.
You ready? You ready? I didn't think that.
Oh my god, can I take a picture with you when we're done? Yo, Orion's got the female customer down packed. Yo, I swear that's exactly how they act. She hit the fucking nail on the head. That's exactly how they act.
And then
Exactly.
you're just like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, and you can tell like whether
And
or not
then
she's
we're like
done this
sitting on
before.
them like this, like.
Yes, and it's so hard giving a female a couch dance. It's so
Oh, I
hard.
love it.
I know, I love it
Yeah,
too, but it's
I
so
think-
hard. Well, I think it's hard.
I don't. I let them leave because they do way more than I'm going to.
Yeah, I mean, I let them lead too. My thing is this: when I say hard, I mean like, you know how you got your guy slouches down, like
Mhm.
you know what I mean. But like us females, we sit up so bad, like, and you can't really like. I don't know. I
As I
find it
sit
hard.
back.
No, I mean no, because no, they might lean back like
Yeah.
this, but it's I don't know. I just find it more hard to give them a couch
I know
dance.
because women mostly are more sensual.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? So that's what I hit on.
yeah,
You know, like we like touch and
Yeah.
connection. So that was where I would switch,
Yeah.
right? It was more like your face or you know what I mean? Like eye contact, blah blah blah.
yeah,
Not a lot of like grind. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It was
yeah.
more, for lack of a better word, like intimate almost.
yeah.
So I did a lot less, but for a woman who that's what we like most
Yeah.
of the time,
I don't know.
it makes sense.
Me personally, I just found out. I did the whole section. I always did a couch dance on how I would like it to be done to me,
Ditto.
as far as a woman goes.
Yeah,
That's how I
me too.
handle mine. But I always thought it was a little difficult giving a female a couch dance. I don't know why. Just me personally, I just always thought it was a little
I get
difficult.
it too. I mean, we're all men. all
But
the
girl,
time.
I know, but girl, you had that female down packed because that's exactly what the hell they do. That is too hilarious. I swear, that's exactly how they function. That is too fucking funny.
Or they want to, or it's either that, or you got the ones that are going to compete. So when they do the couple dance, they're going to be like, "I'm taking over, girl. Please go ahead," and I'm just going to go, "Oh yeah, do that. That's hot."
Yep,
And I'm still getting double, and I'm not even doing anything.
girl.
Go right. Oh yeah. just
But the
like
couples
that.
are the. I think the
I
couples
love
are
the
the best.
couples. I love it.
Yeah, I think couples are the best to deal with.
Mhm.
They've always been my
Me
favorite.
too. Me too.
And a lot of dancers are
Well,
are
go.
scared or intimidated. Yeah, I'm like I'll go.
Look, I'll go all
Yeah.
day.
I'm like I'll take
It's
them.
easy money. It's they're gonna respect you for the most part.
Yeah.
Every now and again you'll get whatever, but you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because look, the guy's gonna mind his P's and Q's because
Yep.
the girl's sitting right next,
Exactly.
and the girl wants to like kind of turn him on, so she might be a little. Look, I'm all good.
Exactly. And then I missed Trader's comment, but he said that's why you take your girl with you and have fun together. And listen,
Mhm.
absolutely, but so many women are so against the strip club life, it's ridiculous. And then a lot of guys don't want to bring their women in because
This secret club
well
that everybody
that
goes to.
and it's and well that but I learned so like we've had a couple guys that come in, you know, with their homeboys or by themselves or whatever, right? And then they'll come in and they'll be like, tomorrow I'm bringing my wife in or I'm bringing my girlfriend in. Act like you guys don't know me. I've never been here before. And I'm like, the fuck? But like it's so and like she's sitting there like, oh my god, you know what I mean? And it's like, girl, you can't believe that he ain't never been in here before.
Mm-mm.
There's no way.
See how confident he was when he walked in
Yeah,
that door?
but it's still like, what is I can't wait to get that woman on the show.
Yeah.
Because I really want to know what is the issue with
Lack
your
of
man
confidence.
going to the
Lack of
club
confidence.
by yourself.
Why am I not good enough? Why am I not enough? And here's the thing, right? We're humans, we're animalistic.
Yeah.
Anybody that says they're not attracted to somebody else in some way, shape, or form is
Mhm.
lying. You know,
Oh, yeah.
if you have a crush on an actor, guess what? That's an attraction. You know, it's the same
No matter if it's
thing.
celebrity or not.
It's just, you know, the stigma,
Yeah.
what people think it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You know, you're a beautiful girl and my dude's coming in and you're gonna fuck him.
No. We just want his pocket.
I might fuck his money up a little bit.
You may not be able
You
to
might be
rent all
going to
the time.
Lone Star instead of, you know. They're not even open anymore.
Right.
Showed my age. Anyway, Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, Texas Longhorn. Texas
Longhorn.
Roadhouse.
But
No,
you know,
I can't wait to get one of those females
Mhm.
on because, and like I get the question all the time. They're like, you don't have an issue, because I forget, but people. This is when me and my youngest son's father, in the beginning, was like, I tell everybody, like, especially if I have like a customer or whatever. There's nothing that I don't know that goes on in the strip club because everybody calls me and tells me everything.
mhm.
So it's like my son's father was in there and they were like, your baby dad's in here. And I'm like, I already know. Like, what are you calling telling me for? I'm like, I don't care. And my whole thing is, when we first started dealing with each other, there was another girl that he liked. And for a birthday gift, I was trying to get her to come dance for us, but she had moved out of state, like a private party, like type thing. And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "I listen." And I was like, "Even if I wasn't a dancer, I'm not a jealous person. I'm not an insecure person. No, I know what I'm good at, and I know what I do at home, so I ain't worried about him going nowhere."
But not only that, like I'm a fucking catch. Okay,
Listen.
So, but
listen, Linda. Listen.
You know who I am.
Do you know who the fuck I am?
But no, like, here's the thing: if you're gonna cheat on me, please do. You're doing me a favor.
Yeah.
You know, you're letting me know you're not the person I'm supposed to be with.
Exactly.
Unless we decide that we're open to that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a whole other story, though. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
do what you need to do. I don't. No.
Yeah.
If you're gonna lie to me, I'd rather find out now
Yeah.
than later because I'm gonna find out anyway.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, who would cheat on us?
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like I just was never. I come across girls all the time, and they're just like, I don't understand. I'm like, I'm not that. I'm not a jealous person.
And
I'm
you're
not
confident in who you are.
Yeah, and it's not even about being insecure. I'm just confident in who I am. I know what I bring to the table.
Mhm.
I know what I'm good at. So listen, if he chooses to go somewhere else, that's not
That's
because
not a
I did
reflection on
any.
me.
Yeah, that's not because I did anything wrong.
Just like everybody has a type in the club. Just because I'm not yours doesn't mean that I'm not somebody else's, you know? And yeah, it might be that way, but that doesn't mean that I suck at relationships, or I didn't do
Yeah.
this, or I didn't do that. It just we're not meant to be, and
Yeah.
that's okay. And guess what? I'm gonna find it. Believe me.
Listen.
Found it again and again and again. Still finding.
Listen. I'm very good at what I do, so I don't have look.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You know, I could clip in my tongue. I got these now too. I got these now too.
Listen, I want these things to go away.
I never had them.
Listen, everybody's always like, Sunshine, Jessica, you're. I'm like, listen, it don't matter what I'm wearing. These things are so big, I can't hide them.
You've always had big boobs.
Yes, I
It
can't
didn't matter
hide
how
them.
small you were always.
Yeah, I can't hide them.
Mm.
There's nothing. I can wear a turtleneck,
And I was like, why
you're
can't
still
I have
into
those?
these. Listen, I hate these things. I want to be able to go braless once in my life and run around, up and down the street.
Do it, girl.
without
Live your best life. Look, I'm the person that goes
They
out.
hurt.
I go out in my robe to get the mail and shit. And it's
Listen,
like down
I'll
to
do that too. My issue is this: I want to be able to wear like a wife beater, a tank top without a bra on, without under boob sweat.
oh yeah.
Like that's where I live. And listen, it's
The next life we have. And I'll be going, I want them.
yeah. And listen, even in the club, like I hate it in the club because listen, the one thing I had the hardest thing is finding outfits to wear at work because those little triangle tops is only covering like that. Doing anything, they're not covered. And then don't even be starting with pasties. Like the pasties is covering half of the areola. It's not.
That's one thing I don't miss.
Listen, it's so irritating. Like I just want to be able to find an outfit that's like, that's why I ended up wearing the one pieces. That was that's my just now. I love a one piece, but like, because I can never find anything that covers my boobs. And I what's crazy is I see girls in other clubs where they have like the little and they look amazing. Boobs are real, but they look amazing. And I'm like, why don't my titties look like that when I put on something like that?
Because you're your own worst critic, too. You know what I mean? Like,
no, maybe because I ain't have no ass either. Because I'm bitches be having asses and their body be like proportion, but like, bitch, I'm like, woo.
well, I was like nothing and just hips, so that was fun.
No, but I think you were proportioned good. I didn't think you were like proportioned bad.
None.
Yeah, but you didn't have like that's like me saying I didn't have an ass. You did not have boobs.
You did not have an ass.
No, I really didn't have an ass.
No, I really don't have boobs. Exactly my point. Tomato, tomato.
Okay, we all right. We're even on that one. But no, I mean, that was the one thing I hated, like trying to find outfits. Like it was the most annoying thing on the planet to me. And it's like, it was, I had to wear actual bathing suit tops as dancer outfits because that's the only thing that would fit me.
Yeah.
And then I would wear like the stripper bottoms, but like, yeah, until they started like really getting creative with outfits, like I could never find anything. Like it was crazy.
It is elaborate, expanded over the years, which is
oh my god,
awesome. And like I said, I thank Oprah because she introduced pole dancing in some way on her show, and like then it was like, yay, pole dancing, we can do it now. And that's the thing. Like
I can't wait till they make it an Olympic sport.
Absolutely, everybody wants to learn. But they're like, no, because then that looks like whatever, and I'm glad that it's starting to.
You know how many housewives behind closed doors got a pole in their house? It's more than what people think.
Now, if you just listen to me, you won't look like Jamie Lee Curtis on Cliffhanger trying to, or True Lies trying to do a lap dance for.
And listen, I always tell people, well, I just said it. Couch dance wise, I always think about how I would want one. And honestly, as a dancer, you can read the clientele.
Mm-hmm.
If you're honestly good at it, you can read
Yep.
your clientele.
100%.
Like when you're on the main stage, they're like, "How do you know who to go to?"
You
First
just
of all,
know. You
eye
look,
contact
you
is
watch. Eye
everything.
contact is huge.
Eye contact is everything.
If the stage is full, you want to make every person at that stage feel like they're the only person in the room.
Yeah, that eye contact is everything.
I see you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's half your game right there.
But then you have to distinguish
who's got the money.
Yeah, or who has the most money other than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing you gotta figure out. There's so many things in this industry that you genuinely have to have a good thought process on.
You gotta know people. You gotta read body language.
You definitely do.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I always tell people when it comes to my customers, I look at their shoes and I look at their watches.
Their watch.
You too?
Absolutely.
What do you look at?
Their shoes and the watch.
You should. Is that it?
Yeah.
Really? Oh my God, that's so cool.
Because look, a guy can come in looking fly as fuck and have $10 dress shoes on.
Yeah, but then this is the kicker. A guy can come in and got a $400 pair of Jordans on, but ain't got $1 in his pocket.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. Yep.
So how do you read the difference with that?
So I look at both, right? And I also look what are they wearing with the Jordans? Then I start going,
right,
even up to their haircut. Are you shaped up?
Mm-hmm.
Do you look clean cut?
Mm-hmm.
Are you putting effort into yourself?
Right.
Because if you're coming in and you got 400 Jordans on, looking all shaggy, I'm probably not going to go to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think it's also looking at that, So yes, things can be deceiving, but then there's other tells that go along with that, and that's when you start looking at other stuff.
Listen, Orion is invited to the motherfucking barbecue. She said, I gotta see if they shaped up, they lined up.
Look, how's your face? Is it great clips or is it the barber shop?
Orion is invited to the motherfucking barbecue.
Look, there's a big difference. You can tell.
Jabbar said, what if I don't wear a watch and have busted shoes?
You can still tell.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you can definitely tell.
It's also your body language, right? Like,
the way you carry yourself.
You can come in from being a mechanic at work,
yep,
all greased up, looking not good. How are you presenting? You know what I mean? Like, are you going and hiding all the way in the back? Or are you just kind of like, yeah, I'm good, and confident. Yeah. Just as we have a confidence when we're on stage, like guys can too.
Yeah.
And that you can tell. That's another thing you can tell on.
Yeah, most definitely. There's so many.
What are you drinking?
That now. I forgot about that one. I forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, that's another thing that you got to pay attention to, though, because he can come in and order the most expensive liquor and only take one shot of that or one drink of that, and then
how long are you drinking that drink?
Right.
Is your ice melted?
Right. You just showing out, or this is what you honestly drink?
Yep, absolutely.
I totally forgot about the liquor. Yeah, you can definitely.
This is why we are OGs.
Yes, you can definitely.
Because you can get it.
He said, "What if they're drinking water?" Jabbar, shut up! Get off my fucking line.
Confidence. What do you do? Because if you're by yourself, right? Are you making an effort to go and tip a girl on stage? Or are because that makes a difference too. Yeah. I'm confident enough, looking scrubby as hell, coming in from work or whatever.
Yeah.
To still go up in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And put it out. Put some money out.
Yeah.
That's
now,
a confidence thing.
Now, okay, so let's say let's pull Jabbar back in this. Let's say he's drinking water. He's not tipping. Mm-hmm. Well, he's not going up to the stage and tipping, but he has money sitting in front of him. And he's got busted shoes on, and he doesn't have a watch. What does that tell you?
Conversation. You can know. Look, this shit is not handed to us.
So that's telling me that he's not in there looking for a piece of ass.
Right.
He's in there to relax from his long day at work, or he wants to have a chill,
He
nice,
just wants to
laid
sit
back
back. He just
conversation.
wants to sit back and chill.
Right.
You know, and look,
And honestly, that's the perfect dude to look for.
100%.
That guy we just described is the perfect guy to look for,
Mhm.
because that's the guy that you can sit with for the rest of the time that he's in there,
gonna feed you
and
money.
he's feeding you not only just money, but he's feeding you 20s.
Yep.
He's feeding you
100%.
50s.
And
He's
he
paying
knows,
for your time.
and he respects you more because you didn't judge him by
Yep.
his appearance.
Yep.
By thinking that this is what he can give
Yep.
me. You took the time to get to know a person, to sit down and talk to a human.
Exactly.
And that's what it's about,
Exactly.
you know, and that's how it should be. Like,
Yep.
yes, there are going to be a really busy night. Yeah, there's going to be things that I'm going to look for because, you know, there's a lot of people to weed through, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to approach somebody because
Yeah,
they don't,
exactly.
you know, because a lot of
Those are my favorite guys to approach.
absolutely, and those are probably going to be your regulars that come
Yeah,
in.
yeah. And you know what's crazy is I met a guy. I hate this. I don't even like calling him a customer anymore, because like we've genuinely been sitting and having great conversations.
Mhm.
He's awesome. But that's how I came across him. He was sitting at the bar and he had a drink, and I noticed him when he came in, and I had walked past him and I was like, "Why are you looking so mean?" He was like, "You look so mean." I was like, "Cheer up."
Mhm.
"You look so mean." He was like, "No, I'm just relaxing." And then, you know, when I sat down with him and I ended up sitting with him for the rest of the night having a conversation. And it was crazy. But it's like, those are the guys. We just gave away a secret to any of the if any dancer girls are watching. We just gave away a secret. That's a perfect guy to look for.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Put a little effort. Nothing is owed to you. Nothing is
No.
just given to
Nothing's
you.
handed to you either.
Right. You know, and here's the thing. You want to know what like we get off on, if you will? A guy that can have a conversation.
And that's what they get off of too. They love the fact
exactly.
that you might be a dancer, but you can still
You
hold a civil conversation.
Oh my God, you have brain cells?
I would have never guessed.
Right. But you know, like somebody that, you know, just as you want to feel like we see you and are interested in you. Same thing. I don't want to, do you know how I know? Girl, what you doing?
Oh my gosh.
Girl, you look good.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Thank you.
What you doing tonight? What
the
you
same
doing
thing you are. I'm
what you
sitting in
doing?
the fucking club.
My favorite
baby.
thing is, what you doing when you leave here? Sorry, dude. It's 2 Dude, it's 2 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going home to my kids. I'm going to bed.
I'm gonna shower.
Yeah, that part.
That's all I want to
I'm gonna stop at the store and grab a bunch of.
I'm gonna eat because I've had to not be bloated for the last 8 hours that I was here, and nothing's open because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And unless I want to like sit at a diner somewhere, and I want to go home. So, you know, I'm gonna go to Wawa or Rofo and get the biggest box of fucking chicken I can.
Listen,
and I'm gonna sit there and eat it halfway on the way home and halfway at home.
See, I'm a junk food. I go grab honey buns and Slim Jims.
Look,
and
I got
peanuts,
my bags in my car right now that I just.
And then I go home. Like you said, on the ride home, I'm eating half of it. I get in the house, I shower,
and then I can go sit in my bed and be like,
yes.
Look,
counting my money.
We're having fat girl moments is what that turns into. What are we doing after we leave the club? We are allowing ourselves to be fat.
Stop asking women that in the club. Stop asking women that in the strip club. What do you do when you leave here?
Eating.
Not you.
Eating is I'm gonna eat. I'm hungry.
Not you.
I'm hungry.
All right, so it's 9:38. We started a little late, so we ran over a little late, but yeah, I thought this was great. I like that we changed it up a little bit.
Yeah, I
did something different. So I think we should do this between a few episodes.
The other thing we could do, like, do you have ideas for us? You know, do they have ideas for us? Not just questions.
Yeah,
we'll
whatever. If you guys aren't following the Facebook page, please do. It's the Pole Truth. If you're on my personal social media, you'll see the links and a couple of the statuses. Go ahead and make sure you liked it. I know we went from like 44 followers to like 86 in a matter of like a couple days. So yeah, make sure you go like the page. That's
Topics.
where all of the updates will be, not only there, but it will be on my personal Facebook. I haven't decided whether or not I'm gonna make the Pole Truth their own personal Facebook page, like full Facebook page like ours, instead of just like a business page,
Mhm.
because everybody knows it's me, but I don't want to mix my
get
business
it.
with my personal.
Absolutely.
So that'll be up in the air, but as of right now, we have the YouTube and we have the business Facebook page for the Pole Truth. But it might get changed here in a little bit
I'm
now
just the
that we have.
co-host.
What I'm saying, now that we have you, like you need to have access to everything as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, we're I'm
It'll take us 2 years to get there because we're that good with technology.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Bear with us. Like we're
getting
learning
there.
along the way. But I'm so happy you guys are in this with us
It's
and
fun.
supporting
I
us
love
through
it.
all this. This was something I was really scared to do, and I'm so excited I finally jumped out the window and decided to do it. And I'm so thankful that you're along with the ride
Me
with
too.
me.
I love it. I love it.
But yeah, I have some ideas, some field trips. I have a lot more up my sleeve for us to do. So I'm so excited.
And topics, let us know too. And
Yeah.
we might be able to,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a specific question, just how about
Yeah, it
toys,
doesn't, yeah,
whatever,
it
you
doesn't
know?
even necessarily have to be like the strip club life. I
Right.
mean, it can pertain to anything as like dancers. Like,
Mhm.
what do we do outside of the club to have fun, or like, you know, anything. Just if you have any questions, you can message me privately or my Facebook, or you can do the Pole Truth or our email, thepoletruth6@gmail.com. Yeah, we still have a lot of things to do.
I love it.
Yeah,
It's fun.
I'm excited.
Time goes by like that.
I
I don't
know.
know about for them, but for me.
Listen, I'm old now. I do not have time to waste.
I'm usually in bed by now.
Girl. Well, no, I'm not gonna lie. I don't get any sleep. I'm like,
I'm not lying either. I'm usually in bed by
yeah,
now.
I'm up. I normally don't go to sleep until like 5 o'clock in the morning, then I'm right back up at like
That's why I'm
6,
waking up.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Comes
But-
full circle.
Yes. But yeah, thank you guys for being a part of the show tonight. Don't forget to like, share, comment. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We got to get them subscribers up.
Yes.
We were on a roll there for a minute, but we slowed down. So we need
I
to
think
pick that
today will
back
take
up.
the cake.
Yeah, you know,
Mhm.
hope so. There will be some upcoming episodes where we won't go live. We'll record and then post later. I love doing it live. Whether there's people in the chat or not, I don't know why.
Because it's more
I like
authentic.
it. Yeah.
I think at least.
Yeah, I do too. I don't
but-
like editing
yeah.
and stuff. Like her pulling out the money and throwing it on the fucking took me out. That was my favorite part, I swear, because I didn't even know you were gonna do that. That's what I love. Like I would have never thought of doing some shit like that. Like my mind be 1,001 other places. Like that was awesome as shit. But yeah, like
and somehow I had ones because
I know.
I'm not about that life no more. I'm like, do I have any?
I think I have like I know it's crazy, right? Like we went from dancers like always having money. Like oh my god, this lady hated me one day. It was around Christmas time.
They always say it's around Christmas time.
And I went shopping and my bill was like $300 and some odd dollars. I honestly paid in all ones.
Look at all friends are fucking same.
Yeah, she was like, I was like, well, it's already counted out in stacks of 100. She was like, but I still have to recount it. I was like, well, that's not my fault, bitch. This is your job.
Good job.
So get the counting. I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
But
And you didn't have to unroll them.
yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna try to take you guys on some field trips to some clubs with us. Not only that, I'm gonna try to take you guys in the night of a night in the life of sunshine one night. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll keep you updated to see.
I'll try and break a hip.
Yeah, see how that goes. Because I know there's gonna be some things I'm gonna have to get around. I think I'm gonna have to like record that and then edit because there's gonna be some people that don't want to be on. So yeah, I'll figure that out though. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. It was so awesome. Thank you guys for taking out time of your day and
Yes.
chatting with us as well. We had quite a few people in the chat tonight.
Awesome. Love having you guys. You make it interesting.
Yeah. But no, yeah, thank you guys for coming out and joining us and taking time away from your days to sit with us and go live. And whether you chatted with us or not, it was still awesome that you guys were here. I can't thank I swear I can't thank everybody enough because like I was so
It's
scared
awesome.
to do this and like I'm so happy that
I love it.
I'm
I
doing
think
it.
it's great.
Yeah, and I'm happy that you're
I'm
here
happy to be a
with
part
me.
of it. Like,
Yeah,
honestly, it's awesome.
I don't know if I would have been able to do this by myself. So like, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
But thanks for joining the Pole Truth and my co-host Orion. She's gonna be here. She's not going anywhere. I hope she doesn't go anywhere.
I don't plan on it. As long as it stays around 8 o'clock, you know. It's like
Yeah,
a Friday night for me right now.
we're stick to 8. We're good with 8. And our setup will be changing, like not drastically. I think this is what we're gonna stick to for a while, but like it's gonna be a little couple differences throughout the next couple weeks. But like other than that,
New stripper outfits.
yeah. Other than that, and I think that's another thing I wanted to do. I wanted to show like shoes and outfits and stuff, but we can't give away all our secrets. But yeah, so thank you.
Can we get a pair of training wheels?
Yes, for you. Yeah,
For me.
So don't forget to tell the whole truth.
Sorry. What?
I was looking at you in the corner of my eye. You were making me laugh.
I was thinking about training wheels.
Don't forget to tell the
It's
truth,
bedtime.
the whole truth, and nothing but the whole
truth.
truth. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Give us a second. I was gonna reach down and yeah, we're here still. How are you? You guys good? Yeah, so am I. Don't pay me any mind. All right, don't forget to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the whole truth. See ya.
I love this.